warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hi everyone. I'm Madam Mastura. We'll continue teach you with chapter 3. Chapter 3 is sequences. For this chapter, we have 4 subtopics. The first one is 3.1 sequences, 3.2 arithmetic sequences, 3.3 geometric sequences, and last 3.4 applications of arithmetic and geometric sequences. Okay, we go to the first subtopic, 3.1 sequences. Okay, after this, I hope all of you will be able to express the n term of a sequence, which means I hope all of you can create n term or can find Tn or formula for this sequence. Okay, so now please take out your note and ready. We will start now. 3.1 Sequences. Definition of sequences. A sequence is a function f whose domain is the set of natural numbers. The values of f1, f2, f3 and so on are called the terms of the sequence. Simple examples of a sequence, we have odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7 and even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8. We go to first example. Number 1. Find the first 3 terms of the sequence defined by each formula. First 3 terms means we want to find T1, T2 and T3. Okay, first question, Tn equals to 2n square minus 1. So we start find T1. To find T1, we substitute 1 into n, then we solve, we get 1. We find T2, we substitute 2 into n, then we get 7. We find T3, we substitute 3 into n, we solve, then we get 17. Then we conclude the first 3 term is 1, 7 and 17. Question B. Given Tn equals to n over n plus 1. So same. We find T1. We substitute 1. Then we get 1 over 2. We find T2. We substitute 2 into n. We solve, then we get 2 over 3. And last, we find T3. We substitute 3 into n. Then we solve, we get 3 over 4. Then we conclude the first 3 term is 1 over 2, 2 over 3 and last 3 over 4. We go to question number 2. Find the n term of a sequence whose first several terms are given. Question A. Given sequence 4, 7, 10, 13 and 16. We want to find the n term. N term means we want to find Tn. Okay, to find Tn for this sequence, we must check this sequence is arithmetic or geometric. Still remember what is geometric and arithmetic? Okay, arithmetic we use D and geometric we use R. Okay, for this sequence, our first term is 4. How get 4? First term means first number of the sequence. Okay, then we find D equals to 3. How get 3? D means T2 minus T1 must same with T3 minus T2. So we check T2 minus T1 we get 3 and T3 minus T2 also we get 3. So means we use differences D equals to 3. Okay, since this one is arithmetic, so we use formula for arithmetic. A plus n minus 1 D. Then we substitute value for A 4 and D is 3. Then we expand, we get 4 plus 3n minus 3. Then we solve, we get 1 plus 3n. So we conclude the n term of this sequence is 1 plus 3n. Question B. Given sequence negative 2, 4, negative 8, 16 and negative 32. From this sequence, our first term is negative 2. First number of the sequence. Okay, then we check geometric or arithmetic. So we conclude this one use geometric. R. R equals to negative 2. How we know R equals to negative 2? R is T2 divided by T1 must same with T3 divided by T2. So we check 4 divided by negative 2 we get negative 2. Negative 8 divided by 4 also we get negative 2. So we conclude the common ratio is negative 2. Okay, since this one is geometric, so we use formula for geometric. AR power of n minus 1. We substitute value for A. A is negative 2 and R also negative 2. This one use concept of index. since this one is the same base, so we can combine its power. This one negative 2 power of 1, so we can conclude 1 plus n minus 1. Then we solve negative 2 power of n. So the n term for this sequence is negative 2 power of n. We go to question C. Question C given sequence in ratio 1/2, 3/4, 5/6, 7/8. For this type of question, we must separate between numerator and denominator. Okay, first, we take out the sequence for numerator. Sequence is 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay, then we solve, we find Tn for this sequence first. Okay, so from this sequence, our first term is 1, first number of the sequence. And this one, we use D. D equals to 2. 2 come from 3 minus 1. We get 2. 5 minus 3, so we get 2. So our common difference is 2. Since this one is arithmetic, so we use formula A plus n minus 1 D. Then we substitute value for A and D. We expand. Then we solve, we get 2n minus 1. Okay. Now we continue sequence for denominator. Sequence for denominator is 2, 4, 6 and 8. Okay, from this sequence, our A is 2. First term, the first number of the sequence is 2. And this one also use D equals to 2. Okay, 4 minus 2, 2. 6 minus 4, so we get 2. So common difference is 2. Since this one is arithmetic, so we use formula for arithmetic. A plus n minus 1 D. Then we substitute value for A, 2. And D also 2. We expand. Then we solve, we get answer 2n. Okay, since this one sequence in ratio, so our answer, we must combine between numerator and denominator. So our Tn, our answer is numerator first. So 2n minus 1 divided by denominator 2n. We go to question number 3. Find the T5 given that S4 equals to 30 and S5 equals to 45. S means sum. T means term. Okay. S4 means sum from T1 until T4. Then we get 30. And S5 means sum from T1 until T5 equals to 45. Okay, now we want to find T5 only. Okay, so to get T5, we take S5 minus S4. S5 minus S4 means we cancel the same item. Then we get T5. Okay, so S5 is 45. Minus with S4 is 30. Then we solve, we get 15. So T5 equals to 15. Okay, we finish all the question in first subtopic. This question for your exercise. If you have any problem, you can ask your lecturer. So that's all for today. Thank you.